Down.
And welcome everybody. 2017 U.S. Open 10-ball championship. This is the corner man coming at you with George Teachea.
Howdy, howdy.
This is a West Side match. It's Mario Hay versus Roberto Superman Gomez.
And this is Mario's fifth match in this tournament. Roberto, this is his sixth since he lost 2 matches ago. He lost his third match to Justin Bergman.
We're down to only about 12 people now, 12 players.
We're down to the nitty-gritty. In fact, we have
four on the winner's side.
13th through 16th who earned $500. You had Sharik Sayed, Radoslav Babika, Billy Thorpe, and Dennis Arculio.
Dennis Arculio coming in 13-16. That's a surprise.
Yes,
That's a big surprise.
It was an upset.
Maybe he one-pocketed himself out.
That was a long match for him that he had. Meanwhile,
we are sponsored here by Predator, Kamui, Omega Billiards,
Simonis, and
the Cyclop ball set.
Cyclop balls. I was about to say.
We are coming at you live from Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. Come on down.
Non-smoking pool room, posh, elite. Food's good. They charge you $10 at the door, but they'll give it back to you in food and drink.
Roberto is sponsored by King of Vapors, as well as he's shooting with an Eddie Cohen cue. Eddie Cohen is a rising star in the cue making world.
I met him at the Swanee this last year. Makes a very nice cue. Meanwhile, these guys are vying for $15,000 in prize money, first place. One of them is going to have to settle for $800 if he gets knocked out here, since it's a one-loss. It's on the one-loss side.
Good break here, but the one ball went down table, which is not common
rare
for these guys. The one ball usually stays up because the cue ball went up.
Think he'll just kick it up, or you think he'll just jump it and try to make it?
He's got a little bit more than a half ball jump.
Yeah,
should be no problem with him. I think he's going to go with this long jump cue if he's going to jump it, but he can't get anywhere. It looks dead straight from the monitor.
He could draw it back. We saw Ralph do that yesterday, didn't we? Beautifully done.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shot.
Roberto is from the Philippines, Quezon City, the capital. He's pushing out. Pushing out to a long straight-in shot, maybe? On the rail. No, he's going to pass this back because now it's even tougher.
He still has to jump a little bit of it. I don't think it goes straight in.
Mario Hay is from Ranksville, Austria. He's only 23, but now a world champion.
Yeah, World Cup.
World Cup, partnered up with Albin Oshan to win the World Cup, beating Skyler and Shane. What a fantastic match that was.
That was a good match. You know, I seem to recall that match. Skyler and Shane had what I thought was an easy safety.
Yes, and
it cost them the match. They decided to do something else. Yeah. They didn't play the safe.
But in the end, it's not one shot that's going to do it.
Well,
Albin was just shooting tremendous, and he's been showing that he's definitely one of the elite players, elite of the elite.
And proving it here today.
No, I was talking Albin, but
Mario's
no slouch at all because he was one half of the World Cup champions.
Didn't Albin win? He's won several.
He's won the World Championship.
Championships.
Yeah. Here goes Roberto in the air. Hey, believe it or not, Roberto is 38 years old. He's going to be 39 this year.
Mm-hmm. He's ranked 39th on the AZB money leaderboard.
My guess is that he's in action like daily, like all the Filipinos are. They're not gonna. There's no reporting.
Walks in, play some.
Let me tell you, this guy. I think he is on this unheralded role. He's won about 4 or 5 professional tournaments this year. 4 Bears, 8-ball championship. Chinook wins 8-ball.
Yeah, he won the Chinook wins.
South Carolina, he won a 10-ball championship there. So, and won 9-ball in Arkansas. So he's got 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball tournament wins this year. Vying for a U.S. Open 10-ball championship.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get the long jump cue? Yeah, in the end, he ended up getting the long jump cue, I think.
The regular jump cue, yeah.
The longer one. He added his extension on there. Well, he hit it.
He's going to be okay. He's going to come out all right. Safe behind the 10.
Safe behind the 10. No, well, I believe that Mario has a full face to hit.
Okay, he does. Nice.
And
nice
certainly has the
handwork.
right side of the one ball as he views it if he wanted to just roll a safe.
Well, Mario's path to here, he started out beating Chris Calabrese, Nick De Leon, and Dennis. That's who put Dennis Arcuyo in the one loss side.
Well,
9-8.
he had the full ball to hit. He could do anything he wanted to there.
And he found a 4 ball to block it. There's
And
a window
8 ball.
between the 4 and the 8.
Well, if we look at the monitor, it's he'd be going to the
Oh.
right side of the 8 ball as we view it.
Mm-hmm.
He may just do a little partial jump, kick at it, short kick.
Might be able to make this. No, he can't make it off the rail.
Well, let's see what he does here. It's amazing. This game is, we haven't really gotten started here yet.
No,
One ball still there after the break. One ball gone down table.
the break and a ball, and then push out and then this. Push out, a jump, and a safety. Roberto plays with the Mez cue. He's sponsored by Mez.
And Roberto does not play with a. He plays with an Eddie Cohen cue.
Now, you said that earlier, but I was looking at his. Don't look at AZB. Sometimes, I guess. Sometimes their information is not updated.
Mario plays
My
with the Mez
mistake.
cue. That might have been confusion there. Mario plays with the Exceed.
I'm going to use the excuse that it's early this morning, Freddie.
It is early. It is early. Well, good safety kick there. Now the 4 ball is covering the 1 ball.
Mm-hmm. 3 ball has
Yeah,
a
a little
piece
bit
of
of
it, too. Yeah.
Foresight and prognostication there.
Kick to the bottom rail. Let's see what he does here. That's about
Why
where
not?
he's at, yeah.
Why not? Mario is sponsored by Kamui. And again, the Mez Exceed is his cue.
Mhm.
Cue of choice.
Well, he's got the Mez emblem on his shirt. And Kamui.
That's a big win for him to put Dennis Orculio in the.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think Roberto's coming to the table with something to work with.
Yeah, Mario didn't exactly like that. A little kissing and nudging just to make this 1 ball straight in the side pocket. First offensive shot by either player. And we're off to the races here. Pattern looks super. Look at this. Look at the way the 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
6 line up.
Just falls forward a little bit, and hello, and he's going to have to come back for the 4, for the side pocket probably, since the 7 ball seems to be blocking the path to the corner.
And didn't look it from the top of the table. But he goes to the side. As you said, either way,
Mm-hmm. Everything's in the open, everything has a pocket, and everything leads to the next shot.
very nicely.
Mm-hmm. A little straighter than he'd like to be, I think.
After the
On the
one-
monitor, but not on the
all
table.
right, after that 1 ball, he hasn't touched the rail yet. But looks like he might this
He'll,
time.
he'll touch one here. And he'll probably go forward for the 9 on the side.
In the side.
Or maybe not.
Maybe draw back because the
Yeah.
9 on the side
Well,
can be tough.
there it is.
You're right. From the
Yeah.
monitor, it looks
Yeah.
impossible. On the table, looks no problem.
Oh,
you know,
right.
as we
Even
look
on
at
the
it.
monitor. Yeah.
There
right
we go.
there.
That's a better angle.
There's a stop shot for a 10 ball.
If you want the shot to be easier, just look at a different angle.
And we're off and running. Looks like it's going to be 1-0, Mr. Gomez over Mr. Hay.
We asked Mario how he pronounces his last name, and he really wouldn't give up any answers there. He'd rather just anybody can say either way. Hey,
He's used to be calling just like
He knows that no matter what he says, the European and the Western tongue will not be able to pronounce it anyway.
Hmm.
There's only 2 letters there, and probably one of them silent.
H. Mario H.
Could be a silent E for all you know.
E.
Unpronounceable
It
by
could be a
Western
silent
tongue.
H, actually.
Here we go. The He-Man.
The He-Man.
Mario He. And of course, we could say the He-Man. That's going to be his new nickname.
The He-Man or the He-Man?
Yeah, well, either one. I'm not going to be able to
There you
pronounce
go.
it. Breaks with an open hand and hit him pretty good, too.
There goes the 1.
And
There
the
goes the
2-ball.
4, but the 9-ball is...
Well, the 2-ball lined up nicely, except for the 9-ball. Decided not to go in the side pocket. With a 3-ball hanging there by the corner pocket. The bar player in me wants to jump this ball.
The player in you wants to jump this ball. It's the right shot.
Okay,
jump shot's
the
the
bar
right
player
shot.
in me wants to shank this shot. How's that sound?
It's the right shot. He just jumps this and it'll track. The 3-ball is, you don't have to play position. Just clear the 9 and pocket the 2. As jump shots go,
Well,
elementary, my dear Watson.
Let's hope he's not shaking his head afterwards when the cue ball goes 2 rails around behind the 4-8.
He's got to cut it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have to get unlucky not to have a shot on the 3-ball if he makes the 2-ball here.
And he's able to line well. He's aiming it. Up he goes.
Look at the flexibility in this man. No problem. Oh, that was just brutal.
There's a problem.
That was a little brutal. Hit that ball really well.
Yeah, but he drew
got-
back. He drew under it.
All right. I guess he's not shaking his head. Shaking his head in disgust.
Yeah, he kind of feels that he shouldn't have drawn the ball, but he made a nice shot. He pocketed the ball perfectly, and it seemed to me like it had more cut, but it didn't. The ball acted pretty. Cue ball acted pretty.
Predictably?
Yeah, it was kind of predictable. Not the scratch wasn't predictable. I didn't see him scratching. No, I'm sorry.
The path of the cue ball
The
was
path of the cue
seemed
ball
right.
acted like it basically should have, I guess, with draw. Look how smooth Roberto's hitting these balls. I watched him practice.
I was about
Yeah.
to exactly say that. I mean, I think with as many wins as he had this year, maybe he's upped his game a ball in the last time. He's always been a great player.
Yeah.
Unheralded for the Filipinos, really.
Yeah. I watched the last of his match last night, and he didn't appear that smooth, except for the very last shot, where he played position for a 10-ball. A little bit of right English.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Mhm.
Very, very in control.
This is nice. He just comes off the rail in line with the 10. Hello, goodbye, 2-0.
And breaking.
Mm-hmm. If you watch his stroke, you see how nice at the end of his backswing, there's a little hesitation, and it's real smooth coming forward.
Does he do any hitching on the backhand?
No, I didn't see any kind of a hitch. It's real smooth and it looks straight as an arrow. We won't watch his break. Well, we can watch his break, but it's not going to be the same stroke. It's not the same stroke.
Although it certainly could be the way the balls are breaking with the template racket.
Well, he's smooth enough to play 5 matches so far. He began with Rory Hendrickson and beat him 9-2. Alex Kazatskis 9-7. He lost to Justin Bergman 9-6. Defeated Donnie Mills 9-4. And then last night went Hill and got the win over Sharik Sayed.
Big break, and he had that high arm like Jeff DeLuna might have, or Sarah Rousey.
Sarah Rousey.
One ball's hanging in the pocket. I mean, if we want to invent an issue here, it's too deep in the pocket, but I think he'll handle this without any problem. As soon as I say that he's bumping into a ball, he's going to get, he's there.
Yeah, he didn't want to bump that ball, but he can still make it in the side pocket where he was intending to play shape, and did play shape for it.
Does he try to? You'd think that he'd want to just miss this 6
He
ball.
might bump it.
Yeah, a little holding there. Gets a bit scary, but no issue there.
Well, if
And
that's
definitely
scary,
no issue.
if that bump was scary, up the ride. I want more excitement for my money.
Careful what you wish for.
That's right. They have a zip line here, don't they? Up we go.
Here we go. You see there? He's upped it right there.
Mhm.
And
He's
you
okay.
see that? Oh, he wanted to be scary.
Yeah, I'm not.
But he's in a good position. Everything
just-
is the right way.
He just figured he'd bump the 8 ball to an easier position.
I think so.
And play shape on the 7.
Well, the balls were lonely. They needed a little bit of a bump.
Bump went out in the 70s, didn't it?
And he's making these racks look easy, even though he bumped a couple balls.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go awry.
Well, he may have bumped them intentionally. So,
Well, this one is a little bit tougher. Should handle it, but not the straight-in bunt ball that we've had in the last 2 bracks. Stuff this ball in and double the corner and 2 rails around. Die on the end rail.
and 3-0.
3-0.
Mario comes to the table. My break. I got to stop this.
That's right. Stop the bleeding. It's early, and the other player's already broken serve and won in both of his breaks.
Did Mario make a ball on his break? I don't recall.
He made a ball on his break, and then he jump shot was his first shot.
Oh, he lost it when he
The
jumped the
shot,
2
the
ball and scratched underneath the 3.
So let's take a look at his break. He's going to use an open hand, which you don't see too many people at the professional pool level do. Open hand break. Pretty solid.
Ball jumps back in the middle of the table. There goes
Bunch of
1.
balls
There
in.
goes
If
2.
the 1 ball hangs, he should have a nice
And there
little
went
road map here.
1, 2, 3 balls on the break. And a road map.
Road map. This is what Danny D would call a Cosmo.
Cosmo, that's a new one for me.
That's a new one for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn all the commentating terms. Named after, I guess, his friend Tom Cosmo.
I just don't.
The easy hanger out. Of course, as soon as we say that,
the commentator curse?
That's right. Seems
No, no curse that one.
He went draw on that. Either way.
Coming back. I think the cue ball will be right where it's at now. Maybe not. I think it might be. It could be over to the other side because he
No,
has.
he's got an angle there. So
He's
just
perfect. That's what I'm
start to
saying. He's
draw back to the center of the table-ish,
right
which
there.
is right where he is right now.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
don't get at the same exact spot.
Why?
Yeah, maybe. There you go. They're good for him. He's about 1/4 inch to the left.
He's perfect. If I had ball in hand, that's where I'd put it. But I am not playing. I am sitting here trying to describe this match, along with the corner man.
Here we go here. Can he reach his ball? No problem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's got a little bit of a stretch here.
Go 2 rails,
Two
to
rails
about where
around.
he's at.
Right to the center of the table. How many times
Yeah.
is he going to try to get to the center of the table? This is probably the only shot he's not going to be in the center table.
Why not?
No, this one coming up.
Yeah, this one won't be. This will be straight across.
He needs to guard against
Or
being
where
too
he's at,
straight.
just like this.
Good shot.
Yeah, just like that. Stop down on the rail. He's perfect. Now, my question is, does he go straight down towards that side pocket on the far side of the table, the high side pocket, or does he go 2 rails and over? I think he comes straight down and hits right about a diamond above the side pocket.
Just straight follow brings you
Yeah.
up.
Mm-hmm. And he hangs up the 8 ball coming all the way around. And look where the cue ball went. Ouch.
Did you really hit it that thin?
He really hit it that hard. Error.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. Not something to expect at this level or at this point. And this is an error, too.
He knew it right when he hit it.
Ouch.
Good morning.
Early morning errors. Those are unexpected at this
Right.
level. Not that they don't happen, but they are unexpected.
Several issues with this shot. I mean, you just got to make this, but then the cue ball, you got to let it go. You can't really thump it firm and do some fanciness to it. Although he does look like he's digging.
I wouldn't do this one.
It's almost like you're forced to roll it. He knows what's going to happen with the cue ball.
Yeah, the cue ball goes up right toward where he's at, unless he does something with it. So he's got to influence that just a little with a little bit of English. He's putting quite a bit of English.
Yeah. If you watch that stick in slow motion, he brought it to his left before he stroked it.
No, eh?
Yeah.
You had a good line on that. Those aren't easy shots.
Nope.
They're a little bit harder than a spot shot.
There's a lot going on there, and as I said, he couldn't afford to just roll it because, as you said, the cue ball is just going to roll straight up right to him.
And that didn't hit dead center, but it went in.
Went in.
Bingo. He's on the board.
On the board.
3-1, 1-3.
It's Superman versus the He-Man.
Well, they've shown some
That's right.
humanity. How's that? These guys aren't machines. They can make mistakes. I think to date in this tournament, I think the best match we've seen on the stream table was last night, Shane Van Bonen and Ralph Souquet.
I think so, and they cleaned the tables and balls up right before that. Prior to that, the best match I saw on this was Lee Van
Corteza, the first one.
His first match, which was the second match of the tournament for us. Didn't seem to have too many issues with this table.
Van.
Lee Van is still on the winner's side.
Yes, he is.
3 Filipinos on the winner's side, and Shane, who is a honorary Filipino.
Last 4 gentlemen that are on the winner's side. Vying for that almighty $15,000 first prize. It's a good payday. What was it last year, 10? I think it was 10,000 last year. What are you looking for?
Who's left in the winner's side? Is it Warren?
Well, the winner's side matches we're going to have are Shane Van Bonen versus Lee Van Corteza, Warren Kiamco, and Alex Bagalayan. And then yesterday you asked me who the top players were on the leaderboard. And it's Chen, Yang, Shaw, Jason Shaw, Dennis Arcuyo, Fu, Shane, and Skyler.
Yes, the number one is Chen Ximing. She is the number 1 female player in the world and the number 1 money person right now as they play a lot more tournaments. The women's tour over there is pretty strong. And Ximing Chen is today's top female player.
Well, we had one woman enter this U.S. Open, 10-ball. And her first loss was to Warren Kiamco.
Really?
Mulradi Kasechayan.
Gesundheit to you, too.
That's her name. And she actually lost to Warren 9-1. Meanwhile, back at the ranch here, Roberto's going to find a way to
do a little bit straight. He's got to get the 3 on the side and the 4 on the corner. He pounds it over.
He got
shot.
over.
That's a pretty scary deal to be pounding into the side pocket like that. Because he had a full swing.
It's not
I mean,
going to
he
go.
was forced to do it, so
You're going to roll this up against the 9.
I think he's playing this ball and hoping it rubs off the cushioning in the pocket. See
You
what it
might
does.
find it.
Yep.
Huh.
There it is. Oh, he knew he couldn't hit it much harder than that or it wouldn't have gone in. So I know he's looking like upset, but what else are you going to do? Hit it harder so it wouldn't go in?
Any harder than that, it probably wouldn't have. It'd be still be sitting there.
Still be sitting there. He should make this. And he does. Back in line.
He used all
All of that
four
pocket.
in
I
it.
said he made it, and then suddenly I
Quarter.
looked up and it almost didn't go in.
Yeah, he used the whole pocket. And back to Mr. Smooth, and here we go.
Another one of those shots. Is he doubling the corner here, or is he going to draw?
He's
it
going
up
to
and down?
draw. These guys have done this several times, and
Yeah.
they've found
The
themselves
side-
in trouble.
yeah, because
And
the
he's found himself in trouble.
Yeah, if it doesn't get up there, yeah, because the side pocket comes into play and everything.
I got away from that shot. The little bit I play, I got away from that shot. I use the 2 rails and come toward the
Towards the
pocket.
side.
Yeah. Just make sure I don't go on the side.
You know, he's just got to collect himself and just fire at this. Because what are you going to do? Play safe with the one ball at this point? See if he calls
He
it.
could. He could take the cue ball up to the top rail and the 9 ball to the bottom, leave him 9 feet away. Try to leave both balls in the middle of the table.
Oh,
Well, he hit
bumped
that,
the
but
10.
still, they're both in the middle. And Mario will probably be looking at the similar shot.
I mean, it's
Or
not,
do you bank it?
it's not a sellout, but you'd hate to watch the other guy shoot this ball. Mario down 3-1 instead of 4-0. So I think the safety's still in play. If he was down 4-0, he'd probably be firing at this ball.
You know, looking at what we see here, from what I see here, it's a 50-50. He's got to hit this very thin or send it to the middle of the top rail and keep the cue ball down here. And he's straight, so, you got to beat a kiss.
He's called the bank.
Yeah?
We like it.
Yeah.
Straight back, as Truman Hogue might say. It's short.
Nope. Is it going to go? Nope. It's going to leave a long shot.
Well,
Nothing he shouldn't handle.
it's interesting now. If Roberto gets out, that's 2 games in a row where the player that made a mistake very late in the rack is still going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's way late. With 2 balls left on the table, you make a bad mistake and you get away with it. So it just is what it is. And
Well,
That's a
that he made a mistake,
certainly.
but he recovered with leaving the low percentage shot.
yeah, but even even his safety wasn't all that great. He hit the 10 ball full in the face. Well, Roberto wins that game 4-1. Mario gets back to the table and wants to smash him hard and get a little frustrations out, I think.
So you're saying he got some rolls.
Well,
Well, it's early in the morning. He knows where the bakery is.
well, I mean, in his last game that he made the mistake on the 8 ball. I'm sure that doesn't bode well, and he's probably still thinking about that one. But he did, he got that game. He needs something to go his way just to.
Mario does?
Yeah, because he's looking a little bit frazzled.
Well,
He's
down.
side to the air, so
He's down 4-1. There goes the ball on the
good
side.
break.
There goes a ball. Nope, just the ball on the side. And no shot on the 1. Maybe he might be able to cut it.
I think the monitor suggests he can. And the 2 ball is down table, so that's where the cue ball is going anyway. He's calling it.
Full overcut.
For as smooth as his stroke is, I think he rushed that last shot.
Used to have a friend that played English billiards with me many years ago, who's now passed on. But when you went by a cut shot like that and you hit the rail instead of the ball, if it wasn't for the rail, it'd be on the floor.
Missed it by that much.
That's right.
What kind of table were you playing English billiards on?
Just a regular pool table.
But you played English billiards rules. Is that
Yes,
what you're
where
saying?
you can kiss off the ball for a point and
Yep.
go in the pocket. Yeah, exactly. He used to like that game. And actually, there was a snooker table, too, that we'd play on.
Yeah, that's the
10-foot.
That'd be the normal way to play on a snooker table, English billiards.
Scotty.
He's got a piece of this that he can feather
To come down for
somewhere.
a safety. Yeah, somewhere
Down
behind,
somewhere down
behind the
there.
910
And
with good speed, right about there.
He's got two blockers there.
See, kind of like that. Some
Except for there's a window between the 9 and the 10 that he's looking at the one full in the face, I think.
We're going to have to write a song for pool somewhere under the 10 ball. And behind the 6.
He's going to roll around it?
No,
Oh,
he-
no, he got there.
He nestled it in there.
This is the first time Mario has been to the U.S. Open 10-ball championship. He said he was planning out his summer travels. Might as well do something like play some pool in Las Vegas. He should
Well.
be here for the U.S. 8-ball, and not this weekend, but next weekend.
Next weekend. Well, if you're going to be in Vegas in July, pool is a great sport because
It's
there's
indoors.
a lot of
Good.
air conditioning. It's indoors and air conditioned. They have a storm
hit.
alert actually today.
Well, it is. I'm not sure if it's raining out there, but it's some kind of
Yeah.
wet out there.
Flash flood watch.
Wow.
See, we even give you the weather here in Las
That's right.
Vegas.
There's an interesting position because he's dead straight on the one ball, but there's 3 balls sitting there in front of him.
So just roll it past, I'd say roll it past the 4 and get on top of the 4, but that's not going to work. That worked.
That works, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he can't kick behind it. There's a 7
There's a
ball
7
in the
ball
way.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
He has to create an angle if he kicks down to the bottom of the table and comes back up. The 2 railers are blocked by the 2 and the 3 in the corner.
Oh, he's going down table and up.
Yeah, he's going to have to go down tail. He's going to have to go between the 9 and the 10 and then come straight up for it.
If he doesn't go between the 9 and 10, I don't think he can hit this ball yet. You're right.
Yeah.
There it is. And good hit. He called something over there, so I assume he called the 1, not the 6.
Mm-hmm.
And
Either way, he's left it straight in.
Straight in, and the 2-3 is a combination that's not easy from where he's going to lead this.
He's going to stop the ball right about there because he's pretty straight.
If he's straight, Roberto might just go ahead and yank this all the way back.
But he could play it off the 5 and maybe move the deuce if he has to.
Why not?
But he didn't move the deuce. But he's got a
But
nice,
he's on the
nicer
better
angle.
angle.
He's a
Better
better angle
angle.
to make the combo. Yep. And a better angle to get a good position. But he's pretty straight,
straight.
there, too.
And he's grimacing. He knows he's a little straight.
But he's far enough off the rail that he can draw this ball and not, chance going into the corner pocket.
a low left-hand English.
He's going to cheat it, and he's coming forward.
Well, he's going
up.
forward
Uh-huh.
with right-hand English.
Mhm.
Oh, he's way off that rail then.
It's funny that it's not really, they're using low English, but it's more side spin than.
Yeah, right.
But when you look at the cue, it looks like it's draw, but you can't see that he's hitting the side from here. Up against the rail. Nice shot.
This is a really nice shot
Nicely
because
done.
the 5 ball only has so much space.
Mhm.
It's about 1 inch or less away from that point.
And the
This
7
is
ball.
the best spot for a cue ball if you had ball in hand.
Mm-hmm. The 7 ball is off the rails, so easy to
Behind the
address.
back coming up or left-handed?
We'll see.
Behind
the back.
Okay, left-handed.
No.
And
The bridge.
And he's bridging left-handed. See that? Do you see? He's a right-handed player, but bridging left-handed.
Sponsors bridge. Nice bridge from Predator.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. I've seen it the other way, where a left-hander will bridge right-handed.
Or they throw the elbow out.
No, he actually uses left hand to stroke. Maybe I'm not being clear.
No, you are. The left hand.
And he may be a natural left-hander that shoots right-handed.
Well, you can tell that pretty quick. Just watch his eyes over the cue.
A lot of us are across dominant eyes.
That's right.
But
most natural left-handers are left eye dominant. That's a nice little extension. You could make it a little longer if you wanted it. Yeah.
yeah, that's the Molinari extension.
Is
I
that what
believe
it
that it's got a 2 or 3 inch telescope in there.
Okay. And does it screw into the butt of the cue?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And we're going to take a break here after.
Little break.
It's 5-1 Superman. Mario not really getting anything going. He's been up against a little bit. But
Yeah,
we're going to take a commercial break here.
Let the cue be your brush. The table, your canvas. Your game, a work of art. Icon. Make your next victory a masterpiece.
He took a quick break, and Mario didn't join him. Mario didn't move.
Five to 1. Race to 9. Alternate break. Tough to come from here.
Yeah,
Unless your
come
opponent gives you some openings. We got matches every 2 hours. This 9 o'clock match. We'll have another match at 11 for you. One at 1, 3, 5.
And the finals at 7.
Finals at 7.
Extended race to 11.
Coming up, we still have some of the matches that will be played. Will be Shane Van Boney versus Lee Van Cortez on the winner's side. Warren Kiamko versus Alex Pagalayan. So, for those of you out there watching on the stream right now, guess what? You
Lot of
got
action.
some good action coming up.
Let's watch Roberto's back elbow here, how high he gets. He's going to slow back. Up again. There's it. See how much higher it went even after the pause. Gets him a little more leverage. Tough to control that kind of break, but this is what he's been doing for years and years and years. Several breakers like that. The high elbow, what I call the high elbow breakers.
And And he comes up with his body, too. He just kind of comes right up as he comes forward.
So even though he's got a lot of things moving, it doesn't look like he's swinging all that hard to get a hard break. That's actually one of his slow breaks.
Well, it worked, and he's going to like his position
He's
for the
definitely gonna
2.
like this. And
He
everything's
runs-
wide open. As long as the 7 ball actually passes the 8. It's close, but it looks like it passes.
It's going to run right down for the 3. Up for the 4. Just wow. Track lies pretty good.
He's second guessing himself here, which I'm not sure why. I guess the 3 to the 4 must lay a little bit funny.
It's a little funny getting a good angle on the 4 to go to the 7. You don't want too much angle because it makes the ball harder to pocket, but you need a little angle. See, now he's straight and he's not happy with that. But you need a little angle to come off that rail.
Yeah,
That's what he was
after
grimacing
all the
about. Yep.
thinking, he did exactly what he didn't want to do.
Exactly.
The 7 ball does pass, but it's the 8 ball makes it an optical delusion. Just bounce off this cushion as much as you can without smashing this, I think.
Well, he's got to go forward and
this
come
is
past
nice.
those
This is
balls,
nice
and
angle.
they don't like doing that.
No.
Anytime
Because that cue ball, sometimes the cue ball just likes the cushion so much it'll just stay right on there and just zip on down.
he's pretty straight in on the shot. He could have cut the corner of the point of the corner pocket. Yeah. And
again, that ball did go, but that 8 ball sitting there makes it, like you can't help but stay away from the 8 ball.
exactly. You subconsciously shoot. Not make sure you don't brush it.
Right.
Because it was close. So you tend to shoot to the left side of the pocket, and shooting down the rail. That left side of a pocket on a diamond has a sharp point.
Oh, Mario can get back to this, but he's got to do a little half masse or kick off the rail. 7 ball's deep in there, so kick off the rail doesn't guarantee that you'll actually hit the 7 ball. Yeah, a little bit of a curvature here.
Curvature.
Yes, the curvature, just like the curvature of the
The
earth.
messy he hit the 8.
Masse too quickly.
A curvature too soon.
Yes.
Premature curvature.
Yes. Well, Roberto looks like with ball in hand, he'll probably get out here.
This is going to be a close to an insurmountable lead.
On the other end, he got here at alternating break, so it's certainly possible that somebody could get back. But
exactly.
But you're right. It's Mario will be up against it.
It's tough. It's tough. Not impossible, but it is tough, and it does require mistakes by the opponent.
Very nicely done. That's a nice smooth shot, smooth stroke, and once again he's reaching over. He's come up on this angle on the 10 ball a couple times now, but here comes the extension. Let's see if he pops that on there.
Telescopes it out.
And there's a little telescoping action.
Hello.
Boom, a couple more inch. Oh, and he didn't tighten it up. There you go. And in. 6-1.
6-1.
Big lead, especially with alternating break. Guess we should have checked to see. I'm assuming that is the Molinari, unless somebody else is designing one that looks exactly the same, and acts the same.
Well, Mario would like to make a statement here. He like to break and run this rack and say, "I'm here, and I'm going not to let you back to the table. I'm not going to let you back to the table if I can stop you." Good start. Look at this 10 ball. If it hangs, wow.
Oh,
This could be a real quick game.
if he can make this 1 ball.
There's 2 ways you can shoot this. Put the cue ball between the 2 and the rail and shoot straight at the 10, or play the 1 ball to the side and bump the 2 to get a position on the 10. He's just going to go right by just like that. Hello.
Perfect. Very nice.
And this is quick work. This is a statement.
This is what he needed.
Yeah,
just
this is exactly what he needs. A little bit of momentum.
Score a bead. On the other hand, he may be a little out of stroke too. He needs to shoot some. Let's see what okay, he's going to take the bead. he's
Gonna take the bead.
he's going to take the bead. 6-2. He's hoping for a dry break
Mm-hmm.
or something that lets him back to the table.
Yeah, he's got to come back. And I don't think Roberto has. Did he break and run out of rack?
I believe so.
I think he did. I think the opening rack he broke because you were looking real smooth. Yeah, he did. He did. So we've been there.
We're shooting well.
Slowing things down. And uh-oh, there's the break he needs.
There's
the opportunity.
opportunity for Mario Hay.
Now Mario could win 2 games without letting Roberto back to the table. This one and his break and the break and run. And that would make quite a statement and close the gap. But it has to get done. And if he wants to stay in this match, I strongly suggest he does that.
Yeah, and he'd like to do this by the numbers, as I say. Of course, it's always going to be by the numbers in rotation game, but without any funny scrambling.
Yeah, the 10 ball's not laying in a place where he can
Uh-oh.
do. He's fine.
Get
he's
there,
fine.
get there,
he's
get there,
fine.
get
he's
there.
Fine.
He's all kinds
he's
of
not fine. He's fine hidden behind the 4
I
ball.
know you were hoping for it, but at
Yeah.
no point did it look like he was fine.
I was trying to kind of will that
Will
ball
that over there
for
for him.
because I like to see close matches.
Absolutely.
I don't like
absolutely.
to see these
You don't want to
blowouts,
see it run out
and
there and go out.
especially he really hasn't done anything wrong.
No,
he's
and
missed a couple balls, and
you're
that's
right.
about it. He missed a whole ball there. Well, he may not be fine. May be looking at a 7-2 score here.
Yeah, if we were talking about what he needed, it wasn't that.
No, he needed to get on that 2 ball and make
just,
quick
just
work
get
of
out,
this
right.
racket. Correct.
He needed to get make quick work. He needed just to do it without adding any pressure.
He's gonna-
Roberto is going to add the pressure.
the score's going to add the pressure.
Yeah. And it's amazing how much better you play when there's zero pressure.
I will say there are some players that thrive on the pressure. It really makes them get more intense, and but there's times pressure breaks you down. There's times pressure intensifies your game and your performance. It can be a fleeting thing. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Roberto's shaking again, but he's got a spot to hit or just draw above the side pocket.
It just nudge. He could just nudge the
Right
ball.
in the
He went up
spot there. And there's just a smidge of a spot to go between, and he hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good here.
Around the world, 2 rails up for position on the 9 ball in the opposite corner pocket. Well, he's going to follow.
Well,
He can't decide.
He's got at least 3 choices here.
Good, and maybe not so good.
Well, he could just draw it up. He'll take an angle on the 9, or draw it all the way up and come up straighter, or go the 1, 2, 3 rails.
Yeah,
all
just
of them
exactly.
are like, you know, you would talk about the 50-yard line. If there were 3 parts, what's the middle of the triangle? It's not the 50-yard line. Now he went forward. How'd he do? Looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good there.
Slight cut. It's in the hole.
And
7-2 lead, barring any mishaps. Just roll it in, straight forward. Seven-2, he's running away.
I believe we saw Alex Pagulayan miss a 10 ball like that in the World Cup. Was it the World Cup or The World
Whirlpool
Masters.
Masters.
The Whirlpool Masters. Yeah. Very similar to that shot.
Come on, Mario. Needs a big break. Needs. Last time he got a
Yeah.
good break hanging the 10 ball.
He needs.
And he's closing up his bridge this time. He wants to hit it harder. He went from an open bridge to a closed bridge, and this
a
time
dry break.
to a dry break. I'm not sure
Ouch.
that's what he wanted on the change to the loop over closed bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The table looks like he's got some angle, but on the
monitor,
the monitor
the
looks like
table looks like it's
table
straight
looks
in.
like, yeah.
Our angle, excuse me, looks like he's straight in. No, he's got the
Good
angle,
shot.
and he's got the position. Stun forward for the 3. Wow, it lays nice.
It's nice here.
Cue ball won't hit the rail till he shoots the 5. Never mind. I thought he'd be able to get straight on the 3 ball, and then same for the 4. But he got a little angle to the side pocket, so now he's got to run his cue ball a little bit if he decides or settle for a angle on the 4.
We'll see what he does. Four looks like it passes the 10 if he decided to do just a drawback, but it looks like he's got to go up table here.
Just roll it softly. No, up and down.
Table.
Okay.
To that side where made sure the 4 ball actually
I've
went.
never gone to that side.
I guess it's all what he shoots here depends on what the 5 looks like. I thought the 5 had to go off the 7 ball.
Yeah, don't think you'll play it off the 7 ball, especially looking at this
there.
angle. Yeah, I think he shoots it straight in, and you can bounce it off enough for the 6.
Looking at the above screen, it looks like if it's the 5 goes right in off the 7 ball, but looking at the table or the other angle, always see.
I think ideally he'd like to be right where the cue ball is now.
He's just the wrong angle. And as you can see here, he's agonizing over it.
Yeah, that.
What could he possibly be thinking here?
Well, you can't risk going up table and coming back down with speed. In other words, just drawing the ball up to the head rail and back down again.
Mm-hmm.
It might not make it back down. So you really can't risk that. He needs the cue ball to be right where it's at.
He looked over there to make sure the 4 ball went, and then he looked like he played there. Surely it goes.
But his angle leads away.
It leads away, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he's thinking. But can he still make the 5 from 3 inches to the left as he views it?
Looks like he's just going to hit it real soft and stay right there. Like
It's
that.
more than 3 inches, and
And
he missed
hang
the
up the
ball.
4.
So he tried to hold that ball as much as he could. It still went 4 or 5 inches, and he never gave the 4 ball a chance to go in.
Well, I know one person's not upset.
No.
Mario's kind of like real happy that happened.
Well, now he's free to play the cue ball 1, 2, 3 rails, and then he can do whatever he wants with the 5, unless he wants to go. Yeah, he can go lay it on the cushion if he wants, or bounce out to that same position to shoot that 5 straight in. If it goes from this angle, it doesn't look like it goes. By doing that, it tells me he's trying to play it off the 7 ball.
Let's see what he does.
Yeah, because if it rotates, the 5 ball rotates, I don't think it goes, does it? It's close.
He's called it in the side, but will he use the 7 is the question. I think if he hits the 7, it hits the point of the pocket and does not go in.
It hit the
I
point,
was
but it did go in.
incorrect. It did go in.
It was close.
Yeah.
I mean, it was close, and boy, he got a bad roll here. Tried to keep that cue ball in the center of the table, and that 7 just kept on going.
He's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's 7 isn't next
he's
anyway.
okay.
He's got to play the 6 ball.
He's got to go back
I've been
and
just
forth.
staring at the 7 ball. Forgot that that wasn't his next ball.
He's
6
g-
ball still on the table.
Yep.
All right.
This
Hello.
could get behind the
Hello,
9.
9.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Did it? It did.
It did.
Wow.
Really struggling with the cushions here.
Early in the morning, sometimes the ball have, what did I use yesterday? Spherical gravity? I thought that was funny. I'm sorry, Freddie.
Unbelievable. The cushions are still bouncing.
Ouch. No, that ball had the speed to get there.
Yeah, you're right.
He,
I think no matter what the table that's
you
probably going
could
to
see
get there.
you could see when it rolled by the 9 and it was going to come back that if it didn't bump it, he could possibly get behind it, and it looks like he's shooting it.
Trying to twirl it in.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of spin happening there. Doesn't quite
Ouch.
do that.
You know, I'd like to say he got a bad break there, but
He
you
put
have to
himself
allow
there.
for those breaks. He put himself there. He put the cue ball there.
Yeah,
He
he gave it the best chance of getting
Yeah.
back behind that 9, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I do think we said it yesterday. Even though they cleaned the table, the cushions on this table are bouncier than the cloth would indicate. All right, even though they're not really related, the cloth is a little bit slower. It's not brand new cloth, but the cushions are bouncing as if everything is fast. So he had one shot where he kind of come up slow, and then you kind of dial in your elbow, thinking, okay, we're a little bit slower.
Where is Albin when you need him to play shape for you sometimes? Ouch.
All righty.
That was in humor, Mario. If you hear this, that was in humor. I'm sorry. I'm not making light of your, deficit here. But
well,
I just,
sure we are. We got to do something.
eh,
We hope he comes back, but Roberto Gomez is on the hill
he's on the hill.
and breaking.
Yeah. So you'll have quite a few of those to win the match. Breaks. Even if he breaks dry or scratches or whatever, and Mario can capitalize, he'll come to the table at least four times.
A bunch
6
of times.
games, at least 3 times. 3 times after this.
That's too much complex math.
I know that's it. You should. We should have it figured out.
It should be automatic, right?
It
When
should
it's
be
8 to 2.
You're gonna be able to come to the. Well,
There you go. We're gonna just watch
we're
him
not
break.
We're not gonna figure it out. One man wants to end it.
That's
The other
right.
one wants it to go on.
And Roberto's styling in the black and red. That includes his hair. He's got a little bit of the red highlights going on there. Big break. A ball is down. 2 balls are down. 1 ball lines it up. How
Perfect.
does it look?
Ball in hand position. 2 ball.
Position on the 2 ball looks to be the trickiest thing.
Oh no.
Sure it is. Sure it is. It is the trickiest thing.
2 rails forward and right over.
And he's come up a little short,
Hmm.
but he's going to pound at this.
This is a little tricky.
Low left-hand English here.
Come back out to where the 2 ball is.
Yeah, maybe a little above it. A little pretty shot here.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty little shot, and that has solved this rack.
I have a feeling we're going to be moving on to our next match, but not till 11 o'clock.
Not till 11 o'clock. That's right. So let's see if he gets out here.
This may be the end of the road for Mario Hayes' U.S. Open
US
10
Open
ball.
10 ball, but he'll
He
be
will-
back for the 8 ball.
He will settle for 9th through 12th
Well,
and earn
if-
$800
If Roberto gets out here.
Correct.
And, he's favored too, but he made this just a little trickier than he wanted. He really
This
wanted
is
to
just
send
pocket the
table.
ball.
Let's see how hard he had to hit that. And
Yeah.
it come up a little short, but he had to take a breather there because he didn't quite get the angle he was looking for.
That's what one of 4 times he's really stroked the ball.
Yeah.
So every once in a while in a match you want to let your stroke out.
But on the other hand, he's been playing such that every shot
Has
is
been
just
has been-
medium to low speed.
Has been this right here.
Right.
Has been this right here.
Oh, look how high he hit that. I guess he tried to hold it off the cushion.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. Roberto Gomez. Moving on, Mario Key has been illuminated.
But we'll take $800 for his trouble 9th through 12th.
All right. Well, George, we will see everybody at
11
11 o'clock. I'm not sure what the next match is, but Congratulations, Roberto, Superman Gomez. Moving on.
And for a 9th through 12th finish for Maru Hay.
Thank you, everybody.